Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Coca, and in this video we're going to be looking at the different types of waste that we have in an organic lab. So nothing should really go down the sink other than water and soap for environmental reasons. Besides that, we have the regular trash bin, which we normally use for things such as used paper towels or used gloves, whether they're latex or nitrile. And we also have a broken glass container. The one that we have in our lab is quite large. It's about 3 feet tall, and it comes in a carton box. That one is removed from the lab probably about once a semester or so. We only want to put broken glassware in there. Just like in the regular trash, we don't want to put any broken glassware. We don't want to use or place any used gloves or paper towels in the broken glass container. In the broken glass container, we would obviously put broken glassware, such as a beaker or an Erlenmeyer that may have cracked or broken completely in an accident, or we might also want to put used disposable glass pipettes, which we use quite often to transfer solutions from one container to another. As far as chemical waste, we have non-halogenated organics, or NHO. This is probably the primary type of waste that we have in an organic lab. So this bottle here is labeled with acetone as an example of NHO waste. We often use ether, ethyl acetate, hexanes. Those are the most common types of NHO waste. One of the things you'll notice in this bottle is that it has a fill mark right at the top. So we leave a little bit of space always in the bottle. We don't overfill it. It helps us with if there's a reaction that we don't have overpressure or even just the vapors of the solvents. If it's hot or we have a warm day, it might also overpressurize the bottle. This next bottle is it's going to be used for halogenated organic waste. So perhaps the most common type is dichloromethane. And again, typically this would also have a fill line as well, which we don't want to over exceed. As far as chemical waste, we also have heavy metal containers as well. We don't use heavy metals very often because they are very bad for the environment. But some of the ones that we might use is potassium permanganate, for example. That typically goes in its own container. We also have acidic aqueous waste in basic aqueous waste. Their name is pretty self-explanatory. Whether the solution is acidic or basic, it would go into one of the two. So simply just based on pH. If it's a neutral solution or pretty close to neutral, it can go into either one. We also have a container for needles. So this we often label as a Sharps container, and we use in our lab a lot of metallic needles for disposable syringes. So the needles will go into this type of container. One last type of chemical waste is inorganic solids, or just simply solids. This is primarily for inorganic, inert solids. So it would be something that would not react with air or water. So that's why we call them inert. It would be a solid, so not in a solution, so not in a aqueous solution or even an organic solvent. So typically just a solid form. The most common ones we use are probably silica and alumina. So we're going to see those later on in the semester when we do the TLC lab and the chromatography lab.